Welcome back. So in the previous video we have created a virtual machine using the ARM template, which will be in this particular resource, and this is the virtual machine that we have created in this virtual network. And the second task that we have done is we have created a tenant and we have added the PMP2 access to this, and we have added three different users: user 1, user 2 and user 3, and even our account is present, and everything is in United States, which is operated in. And we have also talked about MFA, and we have tested it whether this MFA is working properly for this particular user. And today we'll be talking about conditional access and identity protection for this user 2 and user 3. So let's go ahead and start. So let me minimize this. So I've already implemented it, so let me show you how I have done that. So go to your Azure Active Directory. So this is the one that we have created in the previous video. So before coming to this video, please check the previous video just to have a proper glance of what's going on. So let's go to this and let's go to the security. And in this you'll be having conditional access. So in general, if we talk about conditional access, it's a set of policies and configurations that control which devices has access to various services and data sources. So that is in general, and you can see you can give certain conditions. For example, when a user is outside the company network, this requires a sign in with multi-factor authentication. So these are some of the conditions that you can provide and the controls related to that. So let's go ahead and create a new policy here. Just creating it new, and let me give the name which is provided in the Microsoft Docs. So just the one, and coming to the assignments, click the users and workload identities. In this case you have to select the user 2, so select the certain users and groups, and coming to users groups, and you have to select user 2 here. So click user 2 and select. So according to the access, it's user 2 that we have to apply to. So let me add user 2 here. So user 2, and coming to the cloud apps, it's Microsoft Azure Management, so which will be here. So select the particular app and search for Microsoft. So this is the first one, click that and select. And coming to the conditions, so these are different conditions that I've already told you in the previous videos. You can check them out. So coming to user, you can specify high, medium and low. You can just give a glance what is there. So coming to the sign risks, so this is sign risk and device platforms. These are different platforms that have been provided, and locations. You can include certain locations here or exclude them accordingly. And coming to the client apps and so on. So this thing, and now you have to select grant access. So according to the grant access, make sure so you have different options here, required multi-factor authentication and so on. So in this is select this one according to the documentation, and click select. So for this specific user, we'll be asking a multi-factor authentication, so make sure it's on, and should be selected. Yeah. So click create. So the policy has been created for the specific user 2. So we have used multi-factor authentication for this using the conditional access policy. Now let us go to the incognito and try to log into this particular user. So let me go, first let me select the user ID, which will be here. So it's user 2. So I'm just selecting the user and sorry, I'm selecting incognito portal. So I'm adding the user and adding the relevant password to it. So oh, it's incorrect. So I think I already yeah, so I already added it, so that is the reason showing error, because I was using the previous auto-generated password. So you can see now it's asking like more information is required, so you can move to next. So the policy is working now. So you can see it's asking for multi-factor authentication, and you have to go and create it. So set an account like the one which we have done previously for the user 1. So similarly we have to do with the same user, and only then you can log into it. So this is what example of the conditional access is. So once this is done, make sure you delete it. So you just need to create and you need to log into that. So once it is done, make sure you delete the policy. So where is it? Security conditional access policy. So make sure you delete it once it's done. So you can see it has been asked for the multi-factor authentication according to this policy. So let me delete this. So refresh. So okay, the policy has been deleted. So let us try to sign in again. So if I click, oh shit, this is the password, the previous password of that. So let me copy that username. Okay, I think I have copied it in my notepad. So let me add that, and if I add here, it's user 2. So if I go next and if I type the password, so no. So now we can see I have directly logged in without any, without any access, without any multi-factor authentication. You see, unless internet admin has enabled conditional access policy, you need to sign in again to access these resources. So basically I think it's been updating, so that's the reason it's taking some time. So I guess you have understood the concept here. So let me go back and refresh, so it will be done. So after this, let's go ahead and implement identity protection. So make sure you delete this, go back. So in general, if we talk about identity protection, so identity protection is a tool that allows the organization to accomplish 3 different tasks. So the first task is to automate the detection and remediation of the identity-based risks, and the second would be to investigate tasks using the data in the portal, and the final one would be exporting the risk detection data to your SIEM. So these are the 3 important features that is done by the identity protection. So let's go ahead and implement that for this user. So that will be done for this user 3. So this is the task that we are going to do. So let me minimize this, and so the task that we're going to perform is we have to go to the identity protection options in the Azure portal and go to the user risk. Let me go here to Azure Active Directory, and here make sure you are in this tenant directory, and if you go to the security and you have under protect, you have identity protection, click that. So this is the pane for that. dashboard. So here you can see you have risky user policy and sign-in risk policy. So you can click the user risk policy and have added here already according to the documentation. So I've just added all the users and just excluded my personal account. And I have coming to the access, it says allow access and required a password change. So make sure you do that for the user risk policy, and make sure the enforcement policy is on. Only then it will be enforced, as there is no reason of doing that, it will not implement. So once that is done, the second thing is you have to implement the sign risk policy. So if you click that, make sure you have included all the users and the risk is low and above. And coming to the access, allow the access with the multi-factor authentication. So that is what it is according to the docs, and make sure its enforcement policy is on. So once it is done, the next thing is we have to simulate the risk events against Azure policy. For that, if you remember, we have created a virtual machine in the beginning using the ARM templates. So using that JSON file, so you have to just change the directory. So you can see now it's this one, but I have changed it to the default directory. You just need to switch the directories. So you just need to switch it. So right now this is the current directory that I'm working on, so I'm not changing it. So let me go to my virtual machines. So this is the virtual machine that have been created in the task 1. So if you remember, in the task 1 we have created the virtual machine. So now let's go ahead and click that virtual machine and try to connect it. Holy shit, not sure. Overview, why it's not showing? Okay, so everything has been implemented. I'm not sure why it's overview. Oh, it says Windows running. Oh, so it's running, and okay, I'm not sure why it's showing this, so I guess I need to delete this one. Delete, apply force delete, and I'm clicking yes for that. Okay, I'm not sure what's the reason for that. So it's been deleting. So once deleted, so let me go with the same task again. So let me type ARM and deploy a custom template, and here build your own template in your editor. And now you have to load your file. So this will be the first one, which is Azure deployment JSON. Click that, and you can see all the resources related to that. Upload complete. Execution delete go one item successfully. Fails. Okay. So we have done this. Click save and edit parameters in this. Load the parameters file. So you can see the student and the password. So save that and select the appropriate subscription here and the resource group East US, and make sure you have a correct password. So I'm just giving my own password in this case. So let me copy and let me paste it. So it's done, and review and create. Well, you can see, I'm just checking whether it's okay. Okay, cool. So I'm just creating it. So it's been starting creating. I believe the virtual machine has been deleted. If I go subscription, okay, there is the VM has been deleted successfully. So another VM is been deploying, which is task 1, which we are doing right now, because we are getting some error. I'm not sure like what exactly is going. So actually I have implemented it before. Maybe there are some few settings which have been modified before. So basically we'll after login to that, we'll try to access the user's account, and we'll be seeing some graphs and some data related to these risky events. So great, it's done. So if we go here, we have where is virtual machine? Lol. Refresh. Okay, let me go to the virtual machines. Refresh. We have virtual network. What about virtual machine? There you go. So let's connect through RTP. I'm not sure, like I was not searching here. So let me download the file. Let me connect it through RTP. So connect manager, and we'll try to off some of the protections here, and then try to access using the Tor browser. So let's wait for some time. Yes. There you go. So we have got the server manager dashboard, and here you can see a local servers. Click that, and here you can see an option, different options, in which you can see Internet Explorer enhanced security configurations is on. So basically we have to make it off. So the recommended is on, but we are going to off that. Click OK. So within few seconds it will be changed. So the next task that we're gonna perform is we're gonna open the Internet Explorer, and here we'll try to go to this and try to go to safety and in private browsing. So here we'll be trying to download the Tor browser. So let me click the link and add here, enter. So we are into the Tor browser. Let me download it for the Windows. So it's downloaded. Let me run. Well, we have to wait for 1 minute, to be precise 1.5. So once it's done, we'll be accessing the Microsoft account using the user tree. meanwhile, let me check. So I believe I have deleted all the conditional access. There is nothing related to this. So I already implemented before, so it's showing some that there is some too risky users. You can get more information related to that, so which we'll be doing in just a minute. So where is it? There you go. So I guess we have to wait more 30 seconds. So it's finally done. So now we have to connect. So click OK, install it, and once the installation is done, you have to click connect. So there you go, it's been done. Click finish, and now there will be a beautiful Tor browser which will be opened and connected. So now we are into the Tor browser. So let me add the Microsoft link. So now let's go and login as user 3. So I'm just adding the user 3. Next, and coming to the password, the user 3 password, let me copy it, paste, sign in. So you can see the account is being blocked. So according to the docs, you will present with a message called your sign-in has been blocked. So this is expected since the account is not configured with the multi-factor authentication, so which is required due to the increased sign-in risk associated with this user of the Tor browser. So now let's go ahead and sign out and try to sign in with user 1, which has multi-factor authentication. So let me go back and let me add user 1 in this case. Shit, it's the password of the user 3. So let me add user 3. No, we are going to user 1, right? User 1, go next, and let me add the password. So in this case, so now you can see we have got the account is at risk. So basically you'll be presented with, like, initially when I tried it, it was like a suspicious activity has been detected, and this is expected since the account configured with the multi-factor authentication, considering the increasing sign risk associated with the use of Tor browser. So we have to use the multi-factor authentication in this case. So you can click verify, and since it is associated with our multi-factor authentication that we have created before, so let me open my app. So you have to approve a request on your Microsoft Authenticator app. So let me open my app. So there is a lot of verification before opening my app, so that is the reason it's taking some time. So approve. So now I have got a notification whether to approve it or not. So I'm just clicking approve in this case. So my iris scan confirm. There you go. Now I think you can open this. Oh shit, again. There you go. So you can see now you can update your password, you can current password and new password and so on, and you can sign in. So I'm just creating and so I don't want to stay sign in. Well, this is done. So I guess you have understood the concept here. So we were able to log in, and I'm just closing the connection here. So let me close this one as well. So I'm just disconnecting the RDP connection. So right now we are just exiting this one and just try to switch and go back to your the other tenant. So here let's go ahead and try to review the identity protection reports. So basically if you go to the manage, under manage you can have the security column. So click that, and here under the reports you can see there is risky users. Basically it takes some time to update, but you can see here you can click the user and get more information related to that. So user recent risky sign-ins, so yeah, you can get more information, the device that he logged into and the IP address and so on. So even though we have login, you can see our MFA result. So here, since we have got access to. So let's go back, security, and you can also check different reports here like risky sign-ins. So these are different risky sign-ins that has been done, and the location, since we are using Tor, it's showing some other locations. So based on this we have to take certain actions, and you can see the risky detections. So these are some of the reports that you can check and perform actions accordingly. So once this is done, make sure you clean up the resources that you have created. So I'm following the documentation, and now you have to go to manage security, go back, and in the security we have created some identity protection. Go back, where is, yeah, identity protection, and here user risky policy. In this, make sure you off the policy, save, and sign in risk policy, saving, sign in risk policy. Okay, just click OK. Sign risk policy, make sure its enforcement is off. And click save, and you have to delete the virtual machine that we have created too, which is so just need to click this and switch the directories. So these two have been, yeah, it has been offed, and can switch the directories. Click switch, it will be switching to your default directory, and here you can have that virtual machine that you have created. So just click that and make sure you delete it. So delete, and apply. I'm deleting everything related to that, and yeah, and I'll be deleting the users as well. So you can, for deleting the users, so this is the default one. Let me go back again. So switch here, and I'm deleting the users as well. So you can go back, Azure Active Directory, here users, I'm deleting these 3 users, selected these 3 users, right? So done. So now the lab has been completed. So just to give a glance, first we have created a virtual machine, and we have created a tenant called lab 50004, and we have added this premium P2 trial version to this particular tenant, and we have added user 1, user 2, user 3, and even our account is there, which everything is operated in US. And for the user 1 we have applied multi-factor authentication. For user 2 we have used conditional access, through which we have used MFA. So, and in the last we have used identity protection, and we were able to view some details related to the risky users and risky sign-ins, which we have done in the Tor browser using this virtual machine. So this is the glance of it, and I hope you guys have understood the concept of MFA, conditional access, and identity protection. So if you have liked the video, please click like button below, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel, and thank you guys.